meow 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 meow. It's the Meow Mix jingle. I looked that up. Released 20 years ago. That song jingle has been living in my head rent free for the last 20 years. I was also thinking, I think I can do this art thing and yapping thing and real estate. I think I can do both, or all three, or whatever. Not just like, I'm not trying to go back to hustling or the workaholism, because that was actual trash. But I do want to figure out, I want to build consistency. I want to, have a good consistent schedule to where I do this, but I do still want to do real estate. There's a neighborhood across from mine that is newly built by a hedge fund company. They're not for sale. They're just for rent. And I'm pretty sure that we're moving. Most of the country is going to start moving to a model where you can only rent houses, cars, things like that. And I think that's pretty whack. I think that's wackadoodle. I think it's bullpoppy. And there was a time where I had, and honestly, I still do have delusions of grandeur about competing with those hedge fund companies and mortgage companies to just offer better buying opportunities for really anyone. Credit be damned, evictions be damned, and just be able to offer houses to people who want them. I have never seen a neighborhood of newly built homes be offered only for rent. It's stupid and it's crazy. And I think that same company, that same hedge fund company, I'm pretty sure has bought a couple of houses in this neighborhood too. And they are now perpetually for rent. And those companies do not ever sell their homes. So I can see this becoming a pretty large scale. It probably already is. And I just haven't really been looking. A pretty large scale operation. And I'd like to compete against those guys. And mortgage companies with their 7 and 8% interest rates. I think it's like 6 now, but 6 is still too high. Anyway, I can do both. Anyway, I was talking to a couple people the other day about our businesses, separate businesses, and we don't have anything together. They mentioned that multiple people had gotten food poisoning at a restaurant that was near me, somewhere in my area. It's a chain. It's pretty popular. It's like American cuisine joint or some shit. They serve American food, Chinese food, I think a couple of other cuisines. So food poisoning 100% tracks. And my brother loves going to that restaurant. I should probably warn him. One of the people I was talking to, he mentioned that the one near him was great and he'd never heard of any problems at his location. So I said, well, my brother loves going there, the one near me. And I mean, he'd probably just need to find another favorite, because the last time that I got food poisoning, it was at this Korean barbecue place that was fantastic, but I got sick. Everybody that I went with got sick. And then the restaurant ended up shutting down. Not that this would be a sure thing for this place, but I mean, why risk it? So Ashley, we'll call her Ashley, the other person, she was saying she swears by American cuisine joint, and she hadn't had any issues with the one nearby her either. And it was a plus that they didn't close until 3 a.m. I love how many restaurants in Atlanta close that late. And I did mention that there were, also some Chinese places that closed around that time too, that I was aware of anyway. And just like in my area, nothing ever closes that late. So I apparently missed a cue or two, because each time I accidentally, I guess, diverted the conversation to, other restaurants or related topics, they kept bringing it back around to the same restaurant. Maybe it's the ADHD, but I think the conversations that hold my interest the most are ones that branch off into different types of trees and eventually forests. And then, after that point, after multiple topics of conversation, we might eventually come back around to the original topic. And I think the autism side of my brain doesn't necessarily allow me to see when people prefer for conversation to be linear. Only reason I stopped is because I noticed a pattern. I noticed every time I tried to feel like I was trying to have a conversation, like, cool, you like this place, it's great, I'm not really sure what else we could have talked about other than, oh, well, what could you recommend to me? But I personally don't care, because I'm not gonna go there, especially the one that's nearby me with all the food poisoning. Like, what are we doing? I think the ADHD kind of made it a little difficult in this instance to stay within this conversation, and then also to see that they wanted to keep the conversation linear. So I'm just gonna shut up. Side note, I love the Final Fantasy franchise, but if Final Fantasy 12 was your favorite game, we can't be friends. My brain is an open world RPG with a slew of side quests, reappearing NPCs, and just like random encounters of all kinds of different creatures at any time of the day. So what are you gonna do? There's no real moral of the story here. Okay, well, maybe. Surround yourself with people who understand you, or at the very least, don't judge you and your brand of crazy, and just let you do you.